We call this the hustle. We wake up, immediately grab a cup of coffee to force our nervous system awake, and swallow breakfast while muted on a Microsoft Teams call. By the time the sun sets around 6 or 7 pm, nature is winding down, signaling the world to rest. But our modern life is just hitting its second peak. We force our bodies into a high-intensity gym workout at 9 pm, shock our digestive system with a heavy dinner, bath, brush right before bed, and wonder why we feel wired, anxious, and deeply depleted. We are making so many mistakes simply because we've forgotten when to do what. Thousands of years ago, the classical Ayurvedic texts mapped out a flawless step-by-step daily regimen called Dincharya. It wasn't a rigid checklist to add to your stress. It was a beautiful sequential flow designed to awaken your body, protect your senses, and align your biology with the sun. The true rhythm begins the very moment you open your eyes, before you even touch your phone. It starts with Ushapana, drinking pure morning water. But modern wellness tells everyone to chug a generic, standardized gallon a day. Ayurveda doesn't believe in generalized advice. The classical texts use Atma Pramana, individualized measurement. Your ideal hydration isn't measured in plastic ounces or standard milliliters. It's measured by your own body. Exactly 4 Anjali. Anjali is the precise amount of water that fits into the cup of your own 2 hands joined together. When done right, this single morning act becomes your master medicine. The ancient sages call it Tridosha Shamka, a practice that single-handedly pacifies Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. It unlocks what the texts call Jara Vyadhi Nashna, meaning it protects the body from premature aging, which is Zara, and disease, which is Vyadhi. This custom hydration naturally triggers Jala, Mala, Visarjana, the morning elimination like urine and feces. In the modern world, we sit uncomfortably high on porcelain seats, fighting against our own anatomy. But classical wisdom dictates that Mala Visarjana is ideal when done in a deep squatting position, the traditional Indian posture of Malasana. This specific physical alignment naturally relaxes the muscles, opening the pathway perfectly so the body can empty the container effortlessly. Only after the body is emptied, we begin the Dantadhavana, cleaning the teeth. In our modern routine, we brush with synthetic gels without a second thought. But classical Ayurveda uses specific tastes, bitter, pungent, and astringent, to instantly kindle your Agni, your digestive fire, and dry up excess mucus from the night. Then comes Jihva Nirlayekna, scraping the tongue, not with a plastic brush that just moves bacteria around, but with silver, gold, or copper. This removes ama, the heavy, sticky metabolic waste, and instantly wakes up your taste buds. Next, we nourish the oral cavity with Kandusha. Instead of harsh alcohol-based mouthwashes that strip your microbiome, we practice oil pulling using a warm coconut or sesame oil or decoctions. This strengthens the jaws, protects the gums, and deeply roots your energy. We then transition to Mukha Prakshalana, washing the face with clean warm water to clear the skin's pathways. Now, look at how Ayurveda uniquely treats the sense organs, a concept completely lost in Western wellness. We introduce Anjanam, applying a traditional eye remedy like Triflanjan to clear congestion, sharpen our vision, and protect our eyes from a long day of screen glare. After Anjanam, we practice Nasya, gentle nasal oiling to clear the sinuses and awaken life. Warm, medicated drops in each nostril lubricate the pathways, calm Vata, and sharpen focus. We continue this sensory care with Shiro Abhyanga, a therapeutic head massage using rich grounding oils like Brahmi and Bhringraj to calm the mind and nourish the hair roots, followed by gentle combing to stimulate circulation. Even today, modern doctors often warn us, don't put oil drops in your ears. We are forgetting our roots. Classical Ayurveda teaches us, Karnapurna, applying warm oil drops into the ears to calm Vata, soothe the nervous system, and protect our hearing from a noisy world. This naturally flows into the full body. Abhyanga, we put chemical lotions on our faces, but our skin is starving for true moisture. We suffer from chronic dryness because we've abandoned the art of warm oil massage. Taking just 5 minutes to rub warm oil into your skin before you shower is an act of deep neurological safety. It tells your nervous system you are protected, you are grounded, it expels the fatigue that you're trying to cure with that third cup of coffee. Now that the joints and muscles are lubricated and protected, the body is ready for Vyayama, mindful yoga and movement. And instead of crushing a brutal workout late at night when the body wants to hibernate, we do it in the morning, moving only to half of our capacity to bring lightness and stability to our day. To wash away the oil and metabolic sweat, we use Udvartna or Utsadna, massaging the skin with a dry herbal powder or a rich paste like Triphala. This exfoliates, stimulates the lymphatic system, and cuts through any sluggishness. The sequence reaches its peak with Snanam, the bath. The texts don't view a shower as a quick task to check off before your commute. It is a sacred act that purifies the blood and instantly clears mental fog, leaving you entirely renewed. Finally, clean, clear, and fully grounded in your body, you step into Puja. You sit at your altar, light a lamp, and connect with the divine. You haven't just prepared your body for the day, you have sanctified your spirit. You don't need to change your whole life tomorrow. Just start by reclaiming your morning from the screen. Stop forcing your body to fight against the sun. Follow the sequence, listen to your body, align with nature. Your body remembers how to heal itself when you give it the right cues. Welcome back to Ayur Sutra.